Oh, I didn't get the Shine Spark off. Okay, so I'm just gonna spam missiles. Let's see if I can get this one. Oh, no, I didn't get the jump right. If I can jump up here, if I can preserve the Shine Spark and get up here, then I can Shine Spark through this water. Which the Shine Spark, if I haven't explained, is when you hit your speed boost, you save it, then you jump and charge in a direction. Which we'll see Shine Sparks later down the road. You'll get a good view of what they really are. And unlike Super Metroid, it does not utilize your health to make it work. Because Super Metroid, it hurts you while you're Shine Sparking. This game, not so much. Thought that was the navigation room for some reason. Okay, now we're in the navigation room. This is the one. Ah, delicious hydration. That is just water in the Gatorade bottle. I kind of reuse Gatorade bottles as much as I can. Because I love the new Gatorade Zero, but, you know, you can only buy so much. Hey, Hanaya, how are you doing? What's up, dude? Glad you could join me for this stream. Okay, so now we have to go to Sector 3, which is a really fun little sector to get through. Really powerful, dangerous enemies. But when you first get there, it's just more movement-based. A couple little tricks that we can do to kind of shave a little bit of time. Okay, so let's get out of Sector 4. So Sector 3, we're going to get there and we're going to use a speed boost to kind of save some time right out of the navigation room. So I'm actually not going to save in Sector 3 right away, because I want to be able to use the space I have starting in the navigation room to get my speed boost going in order to... Well, you'll see what I'll do with it. It's not really, like, super fancy, impressive, awesome. It's just, like, it's just a nice little time save. But here we learn that we have to unlock the level 2 locks, the green ones, but in order to get to the data room. So unlocking the locks allows the X into this area, obviously, and these are some dangerous enemies. The enemies in this zone do a lot of damage. They are deadly. Deadly, deadly, deadly enemies. And we also learned that there are areas in this through here that are way too hot to handle without the Varia suit. So there's some areas that we need to avoid because they're too hot. They're ultra heated. But it's all going to be worth it to get the super missiles here. So we're just going to start off running here. And then we get our speed boost and you just hold right. You just break through everything here. And then you're going to fire and run to the left. You're going to break through this wall. And before we do the speed boost to unlock everything, we have a secret down here to grab. Another missile tank. Then we got to let those blocks reform. They should be good now. Speed boost right up off of there. I know what it's like, man, to have bad internet at your parents' place. After my separation, I had to move back in with my parents, and I moved from Canada that had like a part of Canada that had really nice broadband internet to what amounted to glorified dial-up. And now that I have the place I'm in now, my own place, my internet is so much better. But I feel your pain. I absolutely feel your pain. Morph ball to avoid those guys. Those guys do a lot of damage. But now, we have to climb. Break through here. Get another missile tank. And this is the one they just recently, I think a couple years ago, found out how to bypass that missile tank that you're basically forced to acquire. So then if you want to do like any percent runs or low percent runs, no power-ups, then you have to learn how to avoid that. And these guys can only be hurt by missiles or like fully charged beams. Yeah. Get through there. Okay, so now we have the data room, which is going to give us super missiles, which unlike Super Metroid, where you have to just kind of switch to the super missiles, and they're a lot rarer, you just get the straight upgrade, and the super missiles are really powerful. And that shake was not me firing a super missile. That's actually the next boss that we're going to be fighting, a security robot named Box, B-O-X, which I actually don't know what the Box part of his name stands for, but we're going to go down here, and we're going to get a power-up, we're going to hit a recharge room, and do a safety save, even though... It's just because it's just all on the way is really the main reason to do these safety saves. But now these purple guardians can be killed. Those guys get one shot. Now the enemies in this area are not nearly as threatening. Let's see how many missiles we're up to. 115. We're getting there good, aren't we? Gonna go ahead and save. Yeah, we have 5 energy tanks, 115 missiles. Laggy Titanfall gameplays. Oh, those days. Those days. I will not miss them. Alright, you walk to that broken door to trigger the next boss. Which is a security robot that takes 10 super missiles to defeat. And there's little tricks to get like quick kills on him and stuff that I am not going to try and execute here. So he's going to fire these things. I'm going to basically take damage in order to get as many shots in on him as possible. Which I kind of flubbed it there. It's a really bad fight. This is actually probably one of the worst fights I've had with this guy. It's just the way streaming happens, I guess, huh? But we got him. He's going to slowly walk over. Okay, now we need to kill the enemies through here because there's an item up here, but they're going to get in my way if I don't dispatch them, and especially if I don't collect the X because these ones will just reform. So we're going to build up a speed boost, we're going to store it, and then we're going to shine spark. And that's a shine spark, what I was talking about before, where you can charge like that after storing it. So now we got a missile tank right there, which theoretically it's easier to grab that later in the game, but you know what? Forget about it. But we have an item down here, which normally you can kind of jump through the bottom by activating a pillar and everything through there, but it's easier just to get it that way. And we have to go back to that area later for a power bomb upgrade, or use a power bomb to get the upgrade. One of the two. Oh my goodness, just die. Thank you. And let me check the map, make sure I didn't miss anything for this area. Okay, we're good for now. We got plenty of missiles and plenty of energy. Yeah, his hitbox is really weird. But I mean, he's really not all that bad once you kind of figure out his patterns and everything, so. But now that we've broken his outer shell, he is vulnerable to the X-Parasite, so we'll see him come back later. Okay, Sector 5 arc, it's Sub-Zero, it's an ice sector, and because of the Metroid vaccine, and not having the Varia suit, snow is really bad for me. So, no snow for Samus right now, so we're going to go to Sector 6 next, which is the dark sector, Nocturnal. And we're going there in order to... I forget. Varia suit, I believe, is the upgrade you're supposed to be targeting in that one. I mean, I know the route really well, and I'll know the stuff when I get there, but trying to, like, remember it off the top of my head is also kind of weird for me. Alright, incoming dispatch. Shady man, does Samus suspect anything? No, I don't think so. Good, monitor her closely. Affirmative, out. Oh no, there's shady things going on behind the scenes. I wonder whatever it could be. And a really cool thing, if you charge a beam while you're going through a door transition, and then you let go while the transition is happening, you'll just immediately fire the beam after you break through the door. So that's a really good way to get through multiple passages, is just charge up the beam, let go while the door is transitioning over, and then it'll just automatically fire, and you can start charging your next beam immediately. Like that. Yeah, it stops time when you're in the map and menu and everything. So it's all in-game time when I have control of Samus. So I only have to worry about that timer. Okay, the various suit data is here from headquarters, ready to download. Get moving to the data room, but there's a problem. The X from the Sub-Zero Sector Arc are in Sector 6, and they've been changed by the cold. If you absorb one, you'll be frozen from within. Turn into a little snow cone. They do a pretty fair amount of damage. And they do like 80 some damage, 82 damage maybe. Something like that. So now we're going to save because we've entered a new area. And we can check our time and everything so far. Look, we have almost half of the missile tanks already. It's only been 30 in-game minutes, but the stream's been going for an hour. That just shows you the time discrepancy between in-game timer and non-in-game timers and how much cutscenes and dialogue and stuff there is in this game. And this is a fun little sector to get through. These guys, they'll get easier to deal with as I get better beams. As I get the wide beam and plasma beam, they'll get torn apart. So we have one secret here for a missile tank. And then across the way, we're going to have another one of them over here for an E-tank. And I always jump down there by accident at first. Always. Every time. Then all I have to do is jump straight up. Jump straight up and out. They wanted it to be a speedrun friendly game, but they also wanted it to be a game that you could really easily play on the go. That's why there's so many save stations, and the game makes you so powerful in the end. Actually, I don't remember if there's... No, there's no item there. Oh, I opened up the wrong one. I normally avoid opening that one. I mean, I'm not really too worried about these X-Parasites because, like I said, 100% is usually a lot easier because you have so many more resources to work with. So getting hit by a few of these guys isn't really that big of a deal. But the short bursts also affected why this game isn't as much of a Metroidvania as before. That's why everything is just like, oh, you unlock everything story, based on the story of the game. You know, you unlock the hatches, you get the power-ups as things go. You don't really have to hunt for anything except upgrades. That's probably also another reason why there's so many upgrades through the game, is that it gives you something to look for. And this right here, the SAX is going to lay a power bomb. The power bomb will only do 20 damage. It's not a big threat. You don't have to avoid it. It's nothing to worry about. But I'm going to wait until the SAX is completely gone because I don't want to risk any kind of encounters with it whatsoever. So I'm just going to wait until I hear it get through that next door. But this is also, as far as I'm aware, the only Metroid game where the 100% the best ending is based on time and items collected. Where like Super Metroid is based on time. Metroid Prime is based on items collected. The original Metroid is based on time. This one's time and items, and that is a really different one here. So yeah, there's an item down here. This is the one I mix up with the others. Because it's right up here. Lay some bombs for that dude to die to. And I want to try and beat that other one down here. There we go. Like I said, I'm not worried about the blue ones. They do a lot of damage, but I have a lot of health as well. These guys always get in my way. And then one super missile is all you need to take this guy out. No more using tricks to kind of blow up the eye. One of my widgets isn't working for the Twitch stream. It's supposed to be showing the chat. What is going on? Hold on. Where is all my stuff? It should be... Oh, I see. Hold on. Aha! Things you learn. First stream. first stream, figuring all this stuff out. Okay. Chat was supposed to be in that little segment all along, so I've been talking to Hanayo in chat here, and everyone's like, what are you saying? What's going on? Yeah. Chat was supposed to stay in that one little area. Okay, this boss is only vulnerable to the charge beam, and because I have enough health, I can just jump inside of him and unleash both the muzzle flash effect and the actual beam, so I can just do a lot of damage real quick. And it does not do... Oh, it made me waste it. Normally, you can almost, like, three-cycle that. Again, I'm not too worried about the damage I'm taking. It's worth taking a few hits just to make sure you can kill it a little bit quicker. Okay. I need to check one more thing right after this. So now we have the Various suit, which is good.